we're rewinding the tape back to the founding of the company. Like XRP and the ledger are our reason for being. You know, the purpose of Ripple was to be building use cases, taking the technology and applying it to solving real world problems. So we call it our North Star, like that. This is kind of what guides us in a lot of our product strategy and decision making. Things that I'm excited about on our roadmap for this year. One is payments on DEX. And of course, payments already happen on the decentralized exchange. You all know that. But with our licensed product, so this payments offering that a lot of our customers are using for stablecoin cross-border payments, we want to bring more of that flow directly onto the decentralized exchange. And like an interesting trend we've been talking about at Ripple is just the proliferation of stablecoins. Even take just US dollar as the currency, there's all these different issuers now. And I think back to the early days, talking to David Schwartz and Arthur Brito, like their vision for the DEX on XRP Ledger was, in the future, so many different assets will be tokenized, money will be tokenized, and there's going to be all these different issuers. And depending on the currency cross or the exchange, it's going to be a mess finding the liquidity. So XRP is built into the protocol as this bridge asset, and you can auto bridge really seamlessly through XRP. So we're bringing it back to the roots of how this protocol and the DEX were built. So I'm super excited about that one. Another one is payments credit. So to explain that one, we know that in the world of payments, so if you're a payment service provider, it's really common that you would have like overnight credit or short-term credit to be able to ensure the appropriate funding for that payment. That's super common. And you may, for those who maybe have been following us for a while, you may remember we had a line of credit offering back in the day. So our idea is to build on that customer need, the insight into that customer need for credit or financing for payments, and match it with holders of XRP who might be interested in putting that XRP to work and earning more yield using the lending protocol. So this would, I know lending protocol is still up for vote, but, we're fingers crossed, really hopeful and gung-ho that will be enacted as an amendment. So that's another one to come. And then the last thing I'll mention is a lot of the banks we're working with. I mentioned we've been responding to a lot of their RFPs around custody. The banks are not just interested in custodying digital assets. They're really keen on pushing into tokenization, whether that's tokenizing deposits or different funds or even equities, bonds, et cetera. And so our custody product enables that through the product. And of course, XRP Ledger is, we believe the best blockchain for institutions to be using. And so we see our custody customers putting more of those kind of mature assets onto XRPL.